What is going on, Laker fans? Appreciate you guys tuning in. Little Lakers Talk Daily on this Monday morning. A lot to recap over the weekend. Had the highs, we had the lows, and we're going to get into it right here. Please subscribe to the channel here on ESPN LA. As you guys know, we're pumping out a ton of content. Not just Lakers basketball, obviously all the sports, all the shows are streaming live here, so please feel free to hang out with us here on YouTube and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so the weekend, you had Saturday's high, which was incredible. It was great. Lakers beat the Cleveland Cavaliers, hold them to under 100 points. Anthony Davis goes out of his way to toss by, hey, the team is feeling confident. They're feeling good. They're in a good position. Other teams around the Western Conference were losing. Kings, Pelicans, Warriors had a hiccup. Everybody had some hiccups here over the last couple of days except the Lakers. Lakers, coming in this game against the Minnesota Timberwolves, had won 9 of their last 10 games. So things were looking good until last night. Lakers played the Minnesota Timberwolves. It just didn't go as planned. I mean, before the game even started, first off, you knew you were going to have an absolute dogfight against the Minnesota Timberwolves because that's just the way the Timberwolves are. They're still fighting for the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. Give them credit for what they've done so far without Karl Anthony Towns. They've gone 10-5, now 11-5 after the win last night against the Lakers. They're 11-5. So you already knew this was going to be a tough match. And without LeBron James, I mean, I have to sit here and tell you guys just how difficult of a game that this was going to be. Of course it was going to be difficult. Of course this was going to be an incredibly, incredibly tough matchup. And I don't think it's a surprise. I don't think it's a shock to anybody. But as we sit here today, what I didn't know was going to happen is LeBron's out, and then Anthony Davis only plays 12 minutes, and he's got to leave the game for the same injury that he had on March 16th against the Golden State Warriors. Lakers don't have many losses over this last month or so. 2 of them are when Anthony Davis had to leave the game because of an eye injury. And once Anthony Davis doesn't return, it's a wrap. You're not going to win many games. I mean, certainly you're not going to win this game that the Lakers played yesterday without Anthony Davis. So just a frustrating loss against Minnesota, but it was kind of, you just felt like it was going to happen the moment Anthony Davis wasn't in the game. I saw the guys over at Spectrum, Robert Ory and James Worthy literally were putting on goggles on the set, obviously indicating, AD, we're going to probably need you to throw some goggles on the rest of this year. And I'm talking about the final 3 games of the regular season. I'm talking about the play-in tournament, and I'm talking about the postseason as well. If the Lakers are able to get there, I knock on wood because you still have no idea if they're going to get there or not. There's still a lot that has to happen. But a lot of highs and lows. Where the Lakers are sitting right now, and no games today in the NBA. They're sitting 9th right now in the standings. They were at 8th for about 15 minutes, and then back down to 9th. So what they're going to have to try to figure out is that game coming up tomorrow against the Golden State Warriors could very well determine, are the Lakers moving up in the standings, or can they still actually fall to the number 10 spot, which is not out of the picture here. If you lose tomorrow to the Golden State Warriors, they win the tiebreaker, they gain ground on you. You could kiss goodbye the number 6 seed, and then just kind of depending on whatever else happens in the Western Conference, obviously a lot of these teams still got to play each other. Phoenix still has a tough schedule. New Orleans, Sacramento, all these teams are still going to be playing each other. So a lot can still happen, but the Lakers just a little bit of bad fortunes in this game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So that's where we're sitting right now. The only other thing that I'll say here, and I don't want this to be too much of a downer because the Lakers lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Lakers have been playing great ball. I mean, as good as any team in the NBA. I think Dallas and the Lakers have been the 2 hottest teams in the league. Throw Boston in there as well. Obviously they're doing what they're doing. But they've been hot. They've been making it happen. They've been incredibly impressive. They've handled business. Their defensive efficiency is getting a lot better. They can score with any team in the NBA. Their starting 5 is incredibly dangerous with LeBron, Anthony Davis, Rui, who continues to be great. Dropped another 30 yesterday, and his efficiency is crazy. D'Lo also reads. I don't have to go over all the guys here. I think the Lakers can be a very, very dangerous team once the postseason starts. They got to get to the postseason. So that's the battle in front of them. They got one more home game left, two more on the road at Memphis, at New Orleans. So obviously all this is happening this week, these final 3 regular season games. And then we'll see where the cards kind of lay. We know they're going to be in the playing tournament. Still an outside chance they can get into the still an outside chance they can get to that number 6 spot, but they could also fall to the number 10. So right now, let's just see what happens coming up tomorrow against Golden State Warriors, and we'll take it from there. Okay, I got Lakers talk later tonight. Just a quick reminder there. I'll be back on tomorrow. We'll talk specifically about the Lakers and the Warriors, just preview that game. So we'll do that right here as well, and we'll take it from there. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you for hanging out. Like I mentioned, please subscribe to the channel. Lakers, 3 games left. Number 9 right now in the Western Conference. Let's see what the Lakers can do the rest of the way. All right, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks, Laker fans.